Ryan, taking on the task of guarding Giannis for the first time in your career, what was that experience like?
That's a monster. That's a real life monster. I mean, he's so aggressive. He takes no plays off, and his size, the way he just moves, and he's very physical, and that's something that he's really good at. So it was just a tough task, but I think not even just me as an individual, but as a team, we did a good job just trying to make it tough for him, making sure he doesn't feel that much comfortable. In the first quarter, I think he got a little bit too many easy looks. He was fine dissecting the defense a little bit too much for us. So I think in the second half we kind of just adjusted to that.
Can you explain the feeling of that dunk on him?
It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, Book had the pass, and I knew he was gonna go contest it. So I gotta try to dunk it on or something like that, and then just closed my eyes, and I just heard everyone scream when I fell. I was like, all right, I made it. So it was very cool seeing that in that moment. So hopefully I get that posted up in my house someday.
Did you even feel the fall?
Oh, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. I didn't feel it today, but I'll definitely feel it tomorrow.
You had kind of a primal scream as you walked off the court then, and all your teammates are all fired up. Did you black out, or do you remember all that?
No, I remember that. That was the energy play that we needed. I felt like I didn't do my part in the first half, and that was kind of was frustrated with myself with that. I feel like I was just very lackadaisical. So I think just second half just flushed it, and I think that moment got me going a little bit. And just got everybody crowd going and the team going as well.
In the mid-fourth quarter, you had that dunk on the baseline and then the three. How did you evaluate the way you, Oso, and others on the second side sort of helped with everything that was going to Devin and Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I think every defense is going to gravitate towards Devin and Kevin, and those pick and rolls and getting in the middle of the paint is very going to kind of open everything up. So it's up to me, Nick, Oso, in the backside. I'll mainly be in the corner or diving. So if my guy's stepping up, that's a baseline cut. If he's not, just got to shut down a three. So it's kind of the biggest thing for me, just learning how to dissect the defense. We could have had in the first half. I think Nick threw a bullet at me, but we got in the second half.
As a rookie, just what are your impressions of the crowd to see them respond to this type of competitive game?
This felt like playing basketball. I don't know how to play basketball is, and I'm excited to really see it when we get there. But this is the closest thing I feel like is playing basketball, and just the way the crowd was involved, and they've been involved the whole season. So it's our job to do it for them.
You guys have talked about trying to find that consistency on both ends. Does it feel like you guys are getting closer to that turnaround?
I think we are. I think it starts with our defense. I think we're flying around. We're talking. You kind of could see in the first half we were kind of just very lackadaisical, and that's when they got what they wanted. But I think in the second half we were just able to talk and move around and be able to dissect the offense and closing out and doing everything like that.
First, Devin, again, just maybe take me through that last play. Coach said there were a lot of options on that one, and just maybe speak to Royce trusting you with the pass and you delivering on that shot.
Yeah, the play was for K, a play that we ran in Paris this summer, right before halftime in his first game back. I haven't watched it back yet, so I don't know if they denied him, but Royce came to me, also set a great screen, and just hit the shot.
You said that recently that hanging your hats on the defensive end. How big was that tonight, particularly after the first quarter?
Yeah, it was a physical game all the way through, which is what we expected. So, this last few games we've had a lot of success of, picking teams up full court, turning them over, and, playing with pace.
Kevin, when you just look at the ability that you're on fire with the three now, but you're getting them in your pocket. It's not like you're having to do a lot with it. You just catch it and shooting.
Yeah.
How big is that when the pass is delivered to you in that way and you're able just to shoot?
Yeah, I mean, when Book is drawn two and, he has the vision to see on that backside too, the defense is at his mercy. He can shoot the ball. He can make that interior pass or he can throw out to the wing. And, with the gravity that he draws, it gives me some open shots. And also my teammates' offensive rebounding and getting me threes too. So you just got to stay fundamentally sound when I get them and keep letting them fly.
Last thing I had for you, in the game that had a lot of momentum changes, Ryan's dunk just set the arena on fire. Just maybe speak to how that changed the game for you guys at that moment. I was asking you. You can answer.
Did we get a stop before that? Did we get a stop before that run out? I think we might have got a turnover.
I think so, because Colin hit you
Yeah,
down, and that caught Giannis with 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Book just dropped it off to Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, when we can get out in transition and get stops, we can show how dynamic we are in the open court. Great pass, great finish. You know, the crowd is always waiting for plays like that, you know, so that energizes them. And Ryan made some huge plays in that fourth. He had a big three, got a dunk, which got us going on the offensive side of the ball. So we're going to need that from him going forward.
Kev, you've talked about trying to build that consistency. How much does it feel like you guys are turning the page in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, each possession, we're communicating better, we're scrambling better, we're rebounding better, and keeping the ball in front. You know, so we do those things. Those are our core things that we do on the defensive side of the ball, and that pretty much dictates the whole game for us. So first quarter wasn't as good for us. You see, we got down 8, got down 10, but we started to tighten up on the pressure on the ball, crowding the paint, making them, you know, find those shooters in the corners and contesting those shots. I think we were able to get back into the game and control the game.
Book, you had that assist to Ryan. Obviously, Kev was talking about it, but you've seen Giannis go up and get those around the rim before. So can you kind of walk me through what you saw on the play when you see Ryan making that cut?
It was just athleticism on athleticism. And, you know, Giannis is going to go for it every time. So Ryan was the first one to it.
Kevin, for the second half, that was a one-possession game for the majority of it. How'd you like the consistency from you guys to stick within the game and not avoid like those errors and play that level of consistency?
Yeah, I mean, we just tried to get over that hump. You know, we were down 5, down 3 majority of the game. Then we tied it up and was able to go up 8 points. So, you know, we kind of had our hat on the defensive side of the ball. It was tough for us to score some possessions, but we was able to get stops on that other end, which kept the game in balance. So, when we had drought scoring the basketball, our defense got to hold up.
Book, with the strategy you have to employ on Giannis and the helping and all the work on the backside, how'd you like the execution of that? Like a little early on, they got a couple early looks, but then from then on, you guys seem to handle it.
Yeah, I think we did a good job with it. He's always going to be on go, even if a wall's there. You know, he's still going to try to get through it. And, you know, I've seen it before, obviously. You know, you stay in front, but he still goes through you. And, you know, sometimes they call a foul, sometimes they don't. So, you know, you just have to stay with it. And just continue to do so, and you know they have shooters around them too, so you got to be in early to get out to those guys.
Kevin, Doc was talking pregame about how the fact that after this many years you still improved something in your game. He referenced your three-point shooting this year in the last few years. That kind of shows just your love for the game. I mean, is that how you kind of view it as like veterans at this stage is only going to do it if they really love to try?
Was Doc trying to say I wasn't a good three-point shooter?
He wasn't saying that.
Oh, all right.
He said you're getting better,
Oh, better.
much better.
And in terms of what?
I asked him.
I can't be percentages.
That's what I'm trying to work. Maybe because I take a little bit more this year. I think is this career high for threes for me? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
But yeah, I feel more confident just letting it fly. I took 9 tonight. I took 9 last game. A few games back, I had like 13. So, like I said, Book gonna draw a lot of pressure, get trapped in pick and rolls, and then when you get in the paint, there's 2 or 3 guys swarm them. I got to give them outlets to, get some assists and knock those down. Not just for Book, for Tyus, all my teammates. Colin, I can't hesitate when I get those.
Nick?
I think it goes hand in hand with the way you guys are playing, and tonight being a high-level game against a high-level opponent. But does the energy in the arena feel different to you guys last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
What makes it feel different to you?
Louder. You're in there too, aren't you?
I think so too.
Yeah. It's fun. We're building on it. We feel it, and we just got to stay with it. Like I said already, we put ourselves in this situation, so it feels like the playoffs already. We got to have every game.
Does it feel like it's been a while since it's felt like that in the arena?
I mean, we went through spurts. When we've played good basketball, but consistently throughout a whole game, we haven't seen much this season, and today was one of those nights.
Logan, then Brenda.
Kevin, you played against Giannis. I think this is your 20th regular season matchup against him. Obviously, you guys have played in the postseason. What's it like? What's it been like for you to play against him all these years, and what was it like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun competing against one of the best to ever play. Just to see his growth as a player from when he first came into the league to now is pretty crazy. But he brings the best out of his teammates and everybody out on the floor, so it makes for a good game.
What's impressed you the most about your team over the last 4 games, and what about that do you want to see going forward?
I just like that we're standing on the identity of just, playing hard, playing for each other. Even more, I felt like we had good intentions throughout the year, trying to do things the right way, but I think we more decisive on what we want to do on both ends, was just making us closer as a team.
Last 2, Brendan and Katie.
Book on the 3 that Kevin hit, 30 seconds left or so at the top of the key. Almost the whole team was saying get him the ball. Was that more about the 2-for-1 or more about you just hadn't gotten shot in a little while and it was the way you wanted the offense to go?
Just a reliable source.
Kaden, last one.
Kevin, you're 18, 80 points in the last 2 games. What's been the secret to having such great longevity throughout your career?
I mean, a lot of people helped me out throughout the way and gave me advice and worked me out and, just been there for me, and just the love of the game, keeping me up, getting me up every day to go to the gym and work on my game, So, when you coming into good environments, it makes you want to go out there and bring your best every night.